Now, when you do stupid shit, people can come up with stupid shit to talk about your stupid shit and put you in certain brackets with the education and the things that they know. I want to talk about the Men in Black and the Buggidates. Right? You seen that show? And humans, we talk about manifest and how we can manifest things and stuff like that, which is quite scary what they're talking about lately, about how you can manifest your own life. That means if that was true, right, and magic's true and certain things as they're talking about, and energy waves, which they are, some energy waves, right? If that was true, then that means the movies you watch and stuff like that have a high probability of manifesting, right, and being reality as you will collectively do it, right? That's manifest. Right, so what they're talking about on YouTube, that is a possibility. Right? So they can really show you facts. They like to talk about a lot of things, but not really show you actual evidence of how we can tap in. They talk about how you might able to and all these kind of things, as they have the benefit of knowing, is a class they do, and use and get to use that energy so they can be overused. So anything that studies longer usually knows more and can be better, like on a video game. So let's get back to the Boggidates and a little classic movie, we could call this, about what could happen. Right? So in this movie, the Boggidates, they turn up in a certain way, right? Not exactly the same as you see, but they're similar. And we've talked about how we write our certain faiths, and we've got about these stories of certain incidents happening in World War II and all these people that predict, right? So we know about prediction, so you have prediction with manifest. It's all part of it, actually. When you get clever enough and you research enough, you can link them all together. And when you can link things together, that gives you more of a truth to be more right? More evidence in the way they link. Right? And so when it comes to the Boggidates turning up, what they do is they go around the world. Like, once we can succeed, which we do and all worlds can, you can go look for other places like we did back in the day. Everything's a level, right? Back in the day, we used to stay on our own little island, one little bubble. We couldn't even travel. And then we up-leveled where we could travel, right? And we went to island and island. That's a little bit like on a planet to planet. And as we went to island and island, and because we're still learning, we went and dominated, right? Or lost and got dominated ourselves. And learnt connection of, we're not the only ones in that little bubble, right? And there was others, right? And they didn't react the same, or we took them out, right? And that's the same thing when you go up in the next level, right? Makes sense, doesn't it? So up there is going to have good and bad, right? You might even have some goods protecting planets, already own planets and doing experiments on planets and stuff like that, right? But you're going to have, more than likely, if you believe in real shit, enemies out there, right? And you believe in there's going to be more than just us, so you can just go the world's flat and it's just us, right? But it's not true. The more we study, right? And as we study, we get answers either for the benefit of ourselves and our group, or if we want to connect, share it, right? That's our choice. So in this Bogglerdite show, they rock up and they want some humans, and humans have been talking about, before they went quiet, about too many people. And now they're going, all right, we won't talk about that and how we solved it. We'll just go keep breeding then. What does that mean? That means that they've made a deal, that they've got some other plan or expecting something, that someone's going to rock up and deal with your problem. Perhaps cult them a little bit like the Boggledites. They turn up, and the Boggledites, that they're fair people, you know, things that even bad guys got to have fair deals in some sort of way. It makes their life easier. When a lion hunts, they get the easiest prey. As if you get damaged, you know, you're by yourself, it's not that hard to repair things, or it costs money, right, to repair things. And so you try to make things not so costly. Everything comes to business in the end, doesn't it? And so you go for the easy stuff. You make deals, you know, give them a little bit of technology. Shit only took us 5 minutes over here. They're not going to outbeat us with it. And we'll save a whole lot of battle and war, and it might lose a few people like what Israel's going through because they think they're so right. Oh, I don't know. We'll just make a deal, I think. And what they do is they make a deal, like you see in X-Files, where they made deals with their children and shit to play experiments on it, and the black oil and all that. So these are just movies, and I'm saying here's another movie for you. But it can actually be fact too. Science can put this into, yes, that's possible of happening, then not fantasy happening, fantasy fairy tales of magic and stuff like that without studying it. Right? Now we know that energy exists and technology can tap into these energies, and so technology helps us use these energies, right? As we use our brain to make technology to tap in instead of using our brain to just tap in, right? It's levels. And we talk about how our brain can just bypass that. And so all that effort of all that technology becomes a waste of time when you can just hover and tap in and shit once you get your brain worked out. So where do you want to study next? Which is why they've been talking about manifesting. So in this show, with the boggler, they turn up, they call your people, and they can take over your brains. They have the ability. They've upgraded that part yet. They don't need a machine. They've got machines that can do it too. And they can just take over you if they want to. And they do it in a way where they can just tap in every now and then and keep you be you, right? They're not taking you total zombie. Maybe they can if they want to, but they do these certain things so they can work with you and get what they want. And so you tap in every now and then and you'll have moments like, why did I do that? And they've already had moments of, why did I do that? You can just give them a few more and they won't notice, you see? And so these bogglerites, they take over the planet before they do the cult, and they don't just come down and cult. They do it in an easy way. They take over the planet and they take over the leaders, and the leaders make these chaos things happen where people can just come and pick them up like the Nazis did, right? And they think they're going somewhere great, right? Like the Nazis did. It's simple, isn't it? Who does that? Simple, right? It's basic 101, as they say, right? If you want to know some real knowledge of the real world, of us and what could be out there. And what they do, these leaders, is they'll act strange, not for you. They'll see how far they can push you. They will smell their product. That's some good young Bill. They'll be a little bit like us. They could even be the things that we were made in their image, right? As we'll hear for a meat. As we learn in the future that human tastes quite good, the boggler. And the boggler are, say, half human and half not. As we're made in their image, and we're half them and half monkey in this movie. And the bogglerdites are not really bad people at all. They mingle in and they get their cattle like mingling in nicely to the way I've been talking about how we can actually mingle in with these guys and be more fair and just. That's what they do to us. We all get old, we all have problems, and sometimes there's just some cunts out there that can go when they're young. Injuries and certain incidences. So you get to have the young Bill, certain incidences. But if you want the young Bill all the time, well, you have to wait for a while, and then you can come and get a big pile of it. You'll have all these different planets. You can go to one each every 5 years, just like Colton any product, and you spread it out where you can have your young Bill all the time, because young Bill's nice and tender. Right? And you don't care about lifespan, and you can just do like we do to our cattle. Right? It's about the meat and the money. And so enjoy this movie of the boggler. It'll probably be released one day if Hollywood get a hold of this. They'll either just steal it straight out and come up with cockle-doodle-dee, as you know about Hollywood, when they say to that dude in Tropic Thunder, you want a G5 and shitload of money? Don't let him know. Just take his product. He's a nobody, you got money, you know how the world works. And the boggler will come and have its time and we'll have our lesson. You know us, we're monkeys, and a monkey can do your job, and a monkey can do my job from another higher planet than us. Right? And I'm just going to dance here and fuck around. What do you reckon? That's the world you live in? All proud? Shake your next hand of the next baby birth, because it's very exciting to be born on such a blue planet, isn't it? I think it is. And have a good one out there, and see you later.